Hello everyone and welcome back to the 2 Cents Plus channel, your gaming and anime HQ, where we nerd and weeb out unapologetically. Today we are getting back to our anime, and I took a day off yesterday because we had a particularly long stream yesterday, so didn't have enough time to really edit and do stuff after cooking dinner and all that good stuff. So now we are back, and we are here to talk about some really good food anime. Obviously I have a cooking channel, so you guys know how I feel about food. There are some really good food shows out there, and some of them you might know, some of them you may not, but hopefully you find something that'll be interesting to watch while we're all cooped up in the house. So let's get to it. This first show is a very popular one, and I'd be very surprised if a lot of people haven't seen it by now, because it's one of the better animes of this kind of generation of animes. It's called Food Wars, or Shokugeki no Soma, and this show is excellent. It is a wonderful food show. One of the draws, I guess, for a lot of people was the crazy foodgasms in this show. They get really dramatic with the reactions to the food, and it's very entertaining. But on top of that, it also has a really awesome story. It's a pretty motivational one too, especially if you want to get into cooking, or if you're passionate about anything. Watching these guys get really passionate about food, it won't hurt, that's for sure. The food battles in the show are very educational too. There's a lot you can learn about cooking techniques, types of food, different places in which food originate, ingredients and why they're used, and how they affect certain foods, and all kinds of stuff. It is actually pretty educational overall. It was actually pretty surprising. It's a really good anime. It's almost got kind of a shonen feel to it. Like it's weird. It's kind of weird. It almost feels like you're watching a sports show a little bit. It's a good show. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I love it, and I'm sure you will too, especially if you like food. The next anime on this list is kind of obscure. I've never really heard anybody talk about it, but it is Restaurant to Another World. Really interesting anime about a chef who has a restaurant that has a door in it that literally leads to other worlds and dimensions, and he just basically feeds anybody who comes through it. Now the people in these other worlds and dimensions, they just kind of stumble upon it. The door just kind of manifests itself in these worlds, and whoever walks through it, this guy cooks for them, and it's really interesting. These people are dwarven, they're elven, there's some dragons, mythical creatures like lizard people. They could be anybody, and they all come to this world to eat. And the dude, he's not anybody he's just a human, just a normal human cooking for all these kind of fantastical creatures, and he just likes to cook. And I think that's the charm, because everybody is treated equal in this restaurant. There is no, you know, there is no kind of, I mean, there is kind of fighting a little bit, like people go back and forth on what's their favorite dish, the ways in which dishes are prepared, and what's the best way to do it, like that kind of stuff. And it's interesting to see all these people from all these different worlds come together to bond over food or argue over food. It's actually kind of fun to watch. Not super groundbreaking or anything. This isn't like anime of the year, but it definitely was a really good distraction and a very interesting watch. If you got nothing else to watch, then check it out. Now this anime here was a pretty interesting one for me, because I don't even remember how I found this show. I think, I don't know. I was looking for, oh, you know what? I do remember. There was another show that I was watching with the name, with the word ramen in it. It was like something ramens or whatever. It wasn't about ramen, weirdly enough. It was like an assassin show. Pretty interesting. Maybe I should talk about that one day. But this show came up, and I was like, okay, cute girls, ramen. Why not? Let's give it a shot. And this show is really good. This is a foodie show. Like if you're really obsessed with food, like you really love food, this show was made for you. Now it does focus on ramen, but the main character in question, Koizumi, she is she don't mess around when it comes to her food. She lives for ramen, she sleeps for ramen, any money she has, she uses it to pay for ramen. She will travel anywhere. She will go to the ends of the earth. She will take planes all over the world if need be, specifically for one goal. She don't care about friends. She barely cares about family. She don't care about like anything. All she cares about is ramen, and everything that she does is for ramen. Everything that she talks about is related to ramen. Like she don't mess around, and she ain't picky or bougie when it comes to anyone. All ramen is fair game. From any province, from any place in the world, either it's instant or or professionally cooked or whatever. There is no ramen that is not good enough for her, and it's kind of cool to just watch her go around and just kind of spread her love for this particular thing. And the other characters that you see here aren't really main characters per se. It's kind of focused on the if I remember correctly, the girl with the blue hair is what the story is based on, and Koizumi's kind of like a backdrop a little bit, but her love for ramen infects other people in this show to a crazy extent. It's really interesting to watch all these people just kind of think that she's weird, but they can't like leave her alone or ignore her, because her fascination with this with ramen is so infectious that everybody just kind of gets on board with it, you know? And it's, like I said, it's a really interesting thing to watch. You learn a lot in this show about ramen and different places in which it came from, and how certain ramen is made, and why they have their names and all that stuff. It's nice. It's for food people, like I said, if you are a foodie, this is a good show for you to go check out. Very interesting, really good story, likable characters, and food. What else could you ask for? So yeah, guys, that was our 3 shows for our food category. There's definitely more. There's more food shows that I can think of, but I like to hear about any food shows that you guys like or enjoy down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to keep you notified on videos when they come up. These are trying times right now, and I know it sucks for people to be cooped up in the house, but if you're going to be, why not binge watch some anime? You know, what could it hurt? But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.